Today we're taking a look at these NHL matches, which are happening on Tuesday, February 28, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and make sure to watch it till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Also check out our Patreon if you want access our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link in description and comments section below. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comments section below. Detroit Red Wings vs Ottawa Senators. Looking at the offenses in the last 4 games, there is a bit of a difference as Detroit is scoring 2.25 goals per game, while Ottawa is averaging 3.25 goals per game in that stretch. Throughout the entire season, there is a massive difference in terms of the power play, as the Red Wings are 18th in the sport with a 21 power play percentage, while the Senators are 5th in the NHL with a 25 power play percentage up to this point. The Senators have won 5 of the previous 6 games against the Red Wings, so go with the Ottawa Senators to cover the spread here. With both Ville Husso and Mads Søgaard starting in the net, this should be a good defensive game. Having 2 games in a row against one another also helps as they already see how these offenses will attack. When looking at the defensive numbers lately, it proves this will hit as the Red Wings are allowing 1.7 goals in their last 3 games, while the Senators are giving up 2.75 goals in their previous 4 games. Both teams are also doing a good job on the penalty kill this year, as Ottawa is 8th with an 82.2 kill percentage, while Detroit is 18th with a 78.3 kill percentage so far. The under has hit in 7 of their previous 10 games against one another in Ottawa, so go with the under 6.5 goals to hit in this matchup. Florida Panthers vs Tampa Bay Lightning. Both teams have been inconsistent of late, though the Lightning are in better shape as far as a playoff berth goes at this stage of the season. The Panthers still have to leapfrog several teams to get into the second wild card spot in the East, and better health would be helpful. Alexander Barkov, hand, is out again for this game, while Sam Bennett is questionable. That could leave Florida minus their top 2 centers for this contest, as they were against Buffalo. It can be tough to match weapons with the Lightning on a good night, much less when you're missing pieces. The Panthers haven't had much success against Tampa Bay lately, and that trend continues here. As the Metallica album says, ride the Lightning to a home triumph. Our team pick is Tampa Bay Lightning. Sergei Bobrovsky and Andrei Vasilevsky will be inside of the net, and they should dominate as 2 elite goaltenders in this game. In their 3 games, they scored 5 goals or fewer twice, so this should be difficult to approach. These defenses as of late have been hitting the under, as the Panthers are allowing 3 goals in their last 2 games, while the Lightning is giving up 3.5 goals in their previous 4 games. The under has hit in 6 of the previous 7 games against one another, so go with under 7 goals to hit in this game as well. Columbus Blue Jackets vs Buffalo Sabres. The Blue Jackets are looking to pull off the upset on the road, but the Sabres have won 3 games in a row and look to control this game from the first period. The Sabres, who average 3.78 goals per game, should pile on the goals with Tage Thompson, Jeff Skinner, and the rest of the forward unit carrying the puck into the offensive zone and creating open shots with quick passes. The Sabres should limit the Blue Jackets' offense, which is scoring only 2.55 goals per game, with Rasmus Dahlin, Owen Power, and the rest of the defensive unit creating turnovers in the defensive zone and limiting shots on the net, allowing goaltender Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen to make plenty of easy saves. The Sabres should win the game and cover the spread in a dominant win on their home ice to extend their winning streak to 4 games. Our team pick is Sabres minus 1.5 goals. The defense and goaltending have both been terrible for the Blue Jackets this season. They rank 30th in goals against per game and 30th in shots against per game. Elvis Merzlikins has a 4.14 GAA and a .876 SV%. Joonas Korpisalo has a 3.17 GAA and .913 SV%. Buffalo has been excellent on offense this season. They rank 2nd in goals per game and 11th in shots per game. The Sabres scored 4 or more goals in 4 of their last 6 games. Tage Thompson leads the team with 79 points. He has recorded 1 or more points in 6 straight games. Thompson ranks tied for 4th in points and is 3rd in the league in goals. The over is 8-2 in the last 10 meetings between these two teams. Buffalo will score on Columbus, and the over will hit in this contest. Take the over, 6.5 goals. Pittsburgh Penguins vs Nashville Predators. Pittsburgh has had Nashville's number in recent meetings. The Pens are 7-1 in their last 10 matchups against the Preds. Nashville has been poor on offense this season. They rank 24th in goals per game and 20th in shots per game. The Preds will not be able to take advantage of a Penguins team that struggles on defense and has received less than average goaltending this season. In the last 10 meetings between these two teams, Pittsburgh averages 3.40 goals per game and Nashville averages 2.10 goals per game. With a lot of success against Nashville and fighting to make the playoffs, Pittsburgh will win this matchup. Take Pittsburgh on the money line. Both teams are struggling on offense. The Preds rank 24th in goals per game and 20th in shots per game. Pittsburgh scored 2 or fewer goals in 5 of their last 10 games. The under has hit in 18 of Pittsburgh's 30 road games this season. The under has hit in 6 of the last 10 matchups between the two teams. The total has gone under in 4 of Pittsburgh's last 6 games when playing on the road against Nashville. This will be a lower scoring game, and the under will hit. Take the under, 6 goals. Pittsburgh Penguins vs Nashville Predators. Pittsburgh has had Nashville's number in recent meetings. The Pens are 7-1 in their last 10 matchups against the Preds. Nashville has been poor on offense this season. They rank 24th in goals per game and 20th in shots per game. The Preds will not be able to take advantage of a Penguins team that struggles on defense and has received less than average goaltending this season. In the last 10 meetings between these two teams, Pittsburgh averages 3.40 goals per game and Nashville averages 2.10 goals per game. With a lot of success against Nashville and fighting to make the playoffs, Pittsburgh will win this matchup. Take Pittsburgh on the money line. Both teams are struggling on offense. The Preds rank 24th in goals per game and 20th in shots per game. Pittsburgh scored 2 or fewer goals in 5 of their last 10 games. The under has hit in 18 of Pittsburgh's 30 road games this season. The under has hit in 6 of the last 10 matchups between the two teams. The total has gone under in 4 of Pittsburgh's last 6 games when playing on the road against Nashville. This will be a lower scoring game, and the under will hit. Take the under, 6 goals. Seattle Kraken vs St. Louis Blues. The Blues are looking to snap their losing streak, but the Kraken are having a great season, and I see them controlling this game on both ends of the ice. The Kraken should find the back of the net at will against the Blues, who allow 3.63 goals per game, with Jordan Eberle, Jared McCann, and the rest of the forward unit controlling the puck in the offensive zone and creating open shots with quick passes. The Kraken should limit the Blues' offense with Adam Larsson, Vince Dunn, and the rest of the defensive unit, creating turnovers in the defensive zone and limiting shots on the net, allowing goaltender Martin Jones to make plenty of big saves. The Kraken should win the game with a dominant performance on the road. Take the Kraken money line as road favorites. Both of these teams have the talent on the ice to score with any team in the NHL, but recently, they've struggled for consistency on the offensive end, so this should be a game that's used for both teams to break out of slumps, but shouldn't feature too much offense. For the Kraken, the under is 7-2 in their past 9 meetings against the Central Division, and for the Blues, the under is 4-1 in their past 6 games overall. So while it should still be a fun game with Seattle desperate for 2 points, don't expect too many high-quality chances. Take the under 6 goals. Los Angeles Kings vs Winnipeg Jets. Both of these teams are stacked full of talent and have been for a number of years now, so it may come as some surprise to people that the Winnipeg Jets have been dominating this rivalry for a few years now, including one big win over the Kings earlier this season. In the past 5 overall meetings, the Jets have come away with a 4-1 record, and in their past 17 games played in Winnipeg, the Jets have come away with a 12-5 mark, so while neither has been on fire as of late, this is the Jets' game to lose. The forward groups on these two squads are certainly something to marvel at, especially with recent acquisitions in mind, but the strength of these two is in their defense and goaltending, and that's shown out in recent times, as the under is 9-2 in the last 11 meetings of these teams, as well as being 5-1 in the past 6 in Winnipeg. For the Kings, the under is 7-1-1 in their past 9 games in which they allowed 5 goals or more their last time out, and for the Jets, the under is 26-4 in their past 30 games at home, so while it will be an intense thrilling affair, don't expect too many goals. Take the under. Islanders vs Minnesota Wild. This is going to be a great game between two evenly matched teams. The Islanders look to pull off the upset, but the Wild look to control this game on their home ice. The Wild should constantly find the back of the net with Kirill Kaprizov, Matt Zuccarello, and the rest of the forward unit carrying the puck into the offensive zone and creating open shots with great puck movement. The Wild, who allow only 2.72 goals per game, should limit the Islanders' offense with Jared Spurgeon, Jacob Middleton, and the rest of the defensive unit, creating turnovers in the defensive zone and limiting shooting lanes, allowing goaltender Filip Gustafsson to make plenty of big saves. The Wild should win the game with a strong performance on their home ice. Take the Wild money line as home favorites. I love the under tonight in this matchup. The first game between these teams easily stayed under with just 4 total goals, and both teams have trended under. The under has gone 33-23-4 in Wild games this season, going 8-2 in their last 10 games. In Isles games this season, the under has gone 32-27-4 and 3-1-1 in their last 5 games. I expect those trends to continue tonight as both of these teams have struggled offensively but have been very good defensively, as evidenced by the stats I referenced above. Take the under 5.5 goals and expect a defensive battle. Chicago Blackhawks vs Arizona Coyotes. The Blackhawks are looking to pull off the upset, but the Coyotes look to rebound from consecutive losses and control this game. The Coyotes should constantly find the back of the net with Clayton Keller, Lawson Krause, and the rest of the forward unit carrying the puck into the offensive zone and creating open shots with great puck movement. The Coyotes should limit a Blackhawks offense that is scoring only 2.50 goals per game, with Troy Stecher, Shane Gostisbehere, and the rest of the defensive unit creating turnovers in the defensive zone and limiting shots on the net, allowing goaltender Karel Vejmelka to make plenty of big saves. The Coyotes should win the game with a much-needed bounce-back performance on their home ice. Take the Coyotes money line as home favorites. Both of these teams have struggled defensively this season, which has led them to both trending over on the year. In Coyotes games this season, the over has gone 29-29-1, going 5-4-1 in their last 10 games. The over has gone 30-26-3 in Blackhawks games, going 4-1-1 in their last 6 games. Arizona has allowed the 8th most goals in the NHL, giving up the 3rd most expected goals and the 7th most high-danger shots in the league. Chicago has allowed the 7th most goals in the league, giving up the 7th most expected goals and the 4th most high-danger shots. Take the over 6 goals and expect these teams to give up plenty of goals. Boston Bruins vs Calgary Flames. The Bruins come in after solid wins over Vancouver and Edmonton, with 7 straight wins overall. The Bruins' ability to shoot at a high percentage should play well against a Flames team that is a miserable 30th in save percentage. Boston has a major advantage on special teams with a top 10 power play unit and the league's best penalty killing unit. With this being the second game of a back-to-back, expect Ullmark to be back in the net for this game. He is 8-2 in his last 10 starts with a 1.82 GAA. Take the Bruins with the puck line. The total for the first meeting between these teams went under, and that is the pick I am leaning toward in this game. The Bruins have the best defense in the league, only giving up an average of 2.09 goals per game, and their likely starting G in this game and Ullmark leads the NHL in save percentage and GAA. He will play well in this game, and in his last 2 starts, he has only given up 1 goal in each. Boston's attack is a good one, ranking 3rd in the league in goals per game, and they will play well in this game. Still, their defense will kill it again, and that is the main reason the under is the pick for this non-conference affair. Take the under 6 goals. Montreal Canadiens vs San Jose Sharks. The Canadiens enter as a significant underdog in this contest, but San Jose has proven to be absolutely abysmal at home this season. They are one of just 2 teams who have not earned at least 10 home victories and find ways to look credible at times, but still lose. They have lost 5 of their last 6 games overall and are 2-5-2 in their last 9 games at home. To be honest, this San Jose club has no business being favored in any games anymore, even against a struggling team like Montreal. The Canadiens have been playing much better hockey of late and won their last 2 road contests, earning identical 5-2 victories. That included a victory over New Jersey last Tuesday. Our team pick is the Montreal Canadiens. While the total has gone under in the last 4 games between these teams, I am leaning toward the over in this game. Both teams have had issues on the defensive side of the ice all season. The Sharks have given up 10 goals in their last 2 games, and the Canadiens gave up 5 goals in losing their last game. Montreal was blanked on home ice in a bad loss to the Sharks earlier this season, but they will light the lamp a few times in this game. I see San Jose doing the same, and they have 9 goals in their last 3 games. Don't look for a defensive gem in this game, which is why the over is the pick. Take the over 6.5 goals.